If you're into RC construction, you are gonna love this. We've got the 1/16 scale double E RC wheel loader. Now this is a fully licensed VOLVO L260H wheel loader, and the level of detail on this thing, it just looks absolutely fantastic. Let's check this thing out. So first off, let's talk about the body. It's a plastic body, but it's actually got a metal boom and a metal bucket. The thing weighs an absolute ton. It is actually really, really heavy. I love all the little details you've got on here, you know, how realistic it looks, you know, your mirrors, your doors. It actually has an opening rear hood, which is where your battery goes. We'll get to that in a minute. On this side, you can actually open the driver's door as well. So you could actually get a driver in there if you wanted to, which is like really, really cool. And yeah, I just love all the little details that, you know, all the little things that they've gone to, you know, the signs, just, yeah, all the little brackets and everything. I just think it looks absolutely fantastic. Now, as you can see from how dirty it is, we have already ran it. I'll get to all of that in a minute. And like I said, you can open the rear hood. You can see you've actually got your speaker in there for the sound module. Your battery sits in the back and you've got your power switch. Now, it does come included with a 1500 milliamp hour Li-ion battery. You also get included in the box your instruction manual. Tells you how to actually operate the controls and everything. So you know how you operate the boom and forward and backward and everything like that. It also comes with a little screwdriver and a wheel wrench tool. And then you get your actual transmitter. Now it is proportional, you know, for steering, throttle, for the boom and the bucket and everything is all proportional. You can see you've got all your different buttons across here. So you basically press these two buttons to start it up. You've actually got a horn. You can choose if you want the sound on or off. You can choose 4 different modes for the top light, for the warning light. And you can choose if you want your headlights on or off. The screwdriver is so you can undo the rear cover for the transmitter, and it takes 3 AA batteries, which don't come included. Now, I am new to RC construction, but it does come with a screw jack system for the boom. You've got full metal gears, metal ball bearings, it's 4-wheel drive. The boom actually has a load capacity of 5 kilograms as well, so yeah, it's a decent weight that it could lift. So let's get it powered on so you can see what it's actually like. So on the back of your transmitter, you've got the on-off switch, so just flick that to on. And then if you open that rear engine cover, you can then turn it on here. Then to start it up, you're going to hold down the 2 power switches here. How cool is that? Look, we've actually got the working light up there as well. It is pretty loud. You've got your horn. That's pretty loud. You can just press this button here, like I said, to turn the sound on and off, because it is pretty loud. It is like midnight. My wife's probably going to come throw something at me in a minute. So for the lights, I've just turned the lights out in the room so you can see a little bit better. So if I turn the lights on, you can see you've got these cab lights on the front here. There's no other lights on the front, just these 4 lights on the front of the cab. And on the rear of the cabs, you've also got another 4 lights, which again, you can turn on and off. And then you've also got these 2 headlights here as well. But again, you can turn them all on and off just using the lights button on the actual transmitter itself. And then for your warning light on the top, you've actually got 4 different modes that you can cycle through with this button here on the transmitter. So if I just take you through those. So the first one, which is my favorite, is where it's kind of like rotating, which I think is kind of, well, more traditional look. I think it looks really cool. You press it again, you get just like a flash. If you press it again, you get a slower flash. And if you press it again, it just stays on permanently. And then if you press it another time, it turns off. But yeah, this is kind of my favorite style of just that kind of rotating LED light. I think it looks really cool. With all the lights out, you can kind of see a bit more of the orange in there. But yeah, it's a proper cool looking orange LED light. So then for the boom itself, you're going to use this stick on the right hand side. Now it is inverted, so basically similar to like flying a helicopter. So press down to lift the boom up. It can go all the way up to 35 centimeters, so it gets up pretty high, and then push up to go all the way down. It is pretty loud, isn't it? And then if we just lift it back up again, if you then use the left to right, you can then operate the bucket. So left is going to lift the bucket up, right is going to tilt the bucket down to obviously like drop your load. And you can see again, you know, you can control the speed of it. You can hear the motors obviously working there for how fast it's going. And again, same for the boom. But the only thing I would say is that the controls are quite sensitive. So especially when you're driving it, when we ran it outside, you know, it was quite sensitive. You know, trying to get like a slow maneuver and stuff like that wasn't the easiest thing. But like I said, I am new to RC construction vehicles. I'm more used to crawlers. So to drive it, you're just going to use forward and backward and left and right on the stick. So if we just go forward a bit, and then that's me trying to go as slow as possible. And then if you want to turn, how cool is that? Now, if we just chuck the sounds back on, I'll show you what it's like when you're maneuvering with the different sounds. So when you go forwards, and then when you turn, so yeah, you can see, you know, as you're turning, it kind of cuts the engine sound out just for the indicators. And then when you're reversing, you get the reversing sound. It would be really cool if it actually kept all of the sounds together. So you still actually had the engine sound like while you're reversing and the engine sound, you know, while you're turning. The other thing I just want to show you as well is when you do have the engine sound on, when you shut it off, you can actually hear the engine shut off as well. So if you turn the sound back on, and then if I just shut it off, how cool is that? I'm a sucker for cool lights and engine sounds and everything. It's just so cool. The big kid in me just absolutely loves this thing. Now, I got sent this over from VOLVO RC, so they're an online hobby store. I'll put a link in the description to where you can pick one up from if you are interested, and check out some of the other stuff they do. They've got excavators, they've got the more expensive like all metal EE versions, and then they got some really nice like excavators and other vehicles. So yeah, check their website out. I'll put the link in the description if you want to check them out. Now, like I said, I've already ran it. We just ran it in the back garden because I don't have a construction area or anything like that. So we just did some hauling and tipping into a loader that we've got as well. That VOLVO RC also sent me that as well. I'll be doing a separate review on that. So let's get to the running footage. You can see what you think and how cool it is. And then I'll come back and let you know my final thoughts. Okay, we've got the Volvo wheel loader in the back garden. We got the hauler on the go as well, which they've sent me. We got a little load of some sticks that we've got to move. We've got to do some cleaning in the garden. I've got my awesome little assistant here to help me. He is going to be driving the wheel loader. Let's fire this thing up. That is just so cool. Right, let's get loading, dude. Oh, bit heavy-handed. Take your time. That's it. Get your loader down onto the floor. That's it. And then lift your loader up. That's it, remember? So tilt. Nice. And then back her up. Keep it tilting. Hey, we've got most of our load in. Oh, lift your scooper up first. That's it. And then back up. Oh, very nicely done. Is that fun or is that fun?
That is fun.
Okay, load her up. Okay, you might want to scoop your... Oh, okay, that's one way to do it. If you lift your scooper up. Yes, that's it. Okay, test out your manoeuvring skills. Oh, nice. You got a full load there. You've got a full bucket. Testing out your skill now. That's it, take your time. Kind of missed. Yeah! Okay, we got a delivery. Back it up. Oh. Where are we going? Where's our delivery? That's it. Back it up. Back it up onto the grass. Keep going. Straighten her up. Straighten her up. Back her up. Okay. And then drop your load, sir. Oh, this is just so cool. Hang on, you got to drop your bed down first. You can't drive off like that. You lose your job. You'll be off the site before you even started. Okay, and then head us back over so we can get some more load. Oh, he's ripping. Breaking all the speed limits. I think that's the only thing with this, is it's a bit kind of sensitive, you know, although it is proportional, you can see he's struggling a bit with the controls, how sensitive it is. I mean, it takes some getting used to. I love the fact that the bucket is metal. Oh, look at that. You got a full load there, dude. Very nice. That is one full bucket. So you might want to go back a tiny bit. Go on. Yes! First full load. Well done, dude. That is so cool. Make a driver out of you yet. That's it. That's it. Yes, dude. Nice. Okay. Bring your load over. That's it. Take your time. That's it. Oh, straighten her up. Take your time. That's it. Nice and steady. If you just... That's it. Yes. Go on. Oh, that was a satisfying noise. Back her up. Let's get some more. So you can see once it kind of gets stuck into something, you know, it kind of struggles to push the wheels as kind of spin on the spot. Whereas it'd be cool, I suppose, if it had the power to really push in and get that loader underneath the stuff that you want to pick up. That's it. That's a pretty strong arm though, to be fair. You know, it's doing a good job of actually scooping the stuff out, and that's really satisfying, just scooping and dropping it in there. That is really cool. You could have hours of fun in the back garden with this thing, couldn't you? Or if you went to a local club or something like that. This would be the best way to tidy up your back garden. Just get your kids out, get them scooping. Oh, there you go, he's getting the hang of it now, look. Hey, there you go. Nice. Oh, look, look, now he's getting carried away, isn't he? Make a professional out of him yet? If you work on a construction site, give us a score out of 10. Apply for... you can get our CV in the comments. Nice, that is so cool. Go on, I reckon we get one more in there, dude. You can see it takes some getting used to, the controls, you know, the kind of like turning, and everything's kind of the opposite of what you would expect. It's kind of like a plane where it's all kind of inverted. Oh, he's going full send now. Look, just driving it in there. There you go. He's got another load. There you go. If you straighten up a little bit. Oh, other way, other way, other way. Oh, okay. That's one way to do it. See if you can come at it straight. If you turn a bit, that's it. There you go, turn a little bit more. Straighten your bucket up. Yes, lovely, nicely done. Yes, look at that, dude. We got a full dump in the back there. Very cool. Oh, nice bit of wheel spinning. Is this the most fun you've had in the back garden in like ages? Well, what do you think? I just think it's so cool and so much fun. Now, normally I do crawlers on this channel, and I'm normally trying to convince my son to come and do some crawling with me, and he's kind of like, oh, you know. But when I showed him this and I got out of the box, he couldn't get outside fast enough. For an 8-year-old, this was the best thing ever. He absolutely loved it. All he wanted to do was basically like chase me around the garden, honk the horn at me and dig things up. He was absolutely loving it. Now, in terms of the battery life, we probably used it for about 30 minutes outside. It reckons it gets about 40 minutes runtime, and obviously I haven't recharged the battery since I used it earlier and it's still running. So yeah, I reckon you probably will get like 30 to 40 minutes runtime, which is surprising considering how heavy this thing is, because it weighs an absolute ton. A couple of things we did find with it is that, it is very sensitive, like I mentioned earlier. So, when you're trying to kind of control the speed to like maneuver and stuff like that, it is hard because it is very sensitive. And even though it is proportional, there's not a massive amount of range in that kind of proportional throttle and steering and everything. So yeah, you do have to be really gentle on the throttle if you want to be able to control it nicely. I think it's actually much easier to control the boom and the bucket than it is the actual wheel loader itself, in my opinion. I couldn't see anywhere on the transmitter to be able to adjust trim or anything like that. So if you've got one of these and you know how to adjust it, then let me know. Because I think if you could trim that throttle down a little bit, I think it'd be so much smoother and nicer to drive. So Wave RC have got this on their website for $329. Like I said, I'll put a link in the description if you do want to pick one up or just check it out. They've got way more expensive construction vehicles on everything as well. The kind of things you see at events and you're like, oh, that is awesome. I'm just like a big kid. I just love everything RC, and things like this I just think are just so cool. The other thing I found as well is it says it's got a really strong motor and everything, but I think it's more the tyres. When you get up to something and you're trying to dig it up well, not dig it up, but you're trying to get the bucket in there to scoop stuff up, the wheels tend to just spin. I don't think they've got enough grip, and then you can't really drive the bucket in there to scoop something up. I mean, you can wiggle it in, and maybe it's more down to driver error than, the actual model itself. But, that's the other thing that I noticed is that, it'd be nice to have a bit more grip so you could really drive that bucket in there and then scoop stuff up really nicely. And obviously we only ran it in the garden because, like I said, we haven't got a construction area or anything like that. But it was really good fun. And I could see if you had like sand and stuff like that set up and you had like a little back garden area, or you took it to like a construction meet or an event, you could have so much fun with it. It'd just be so cool. But anyway, let me know what you think of it in the comments. Be sure to check out Wave RC's website. Give us a like if you enjoyed the video. Drop me a comment if you've got any questions. Thank you very much for watching, and we will see you on the next one.